I know he's gonna come soon.
He says that, but fuck knows. Mr. Ali ain't gonna let us use his cafe forever, isn't he?
Mr. Ali won't kick us out. My old man goes down the Yemeni mosque with him.
So who's your dad now then?
What?
Well, you were saying earlier, he was there for us when our dads weren't. And here you are talking about how bloody grateful you are. My mother would have your guts for garters if she could hear you now.
She'd have your guts for garters too if she knew you was on this with me and all.
He was due at 6.
Look, it wasn't all bad.
I'm only here to make sure special forces don't nick you. You're my sister and he's a fucking fugitive. There's no two ways about this, Peggy.
I know.
What are you doing?
I'm prepping. We're opening for takeaways and food this evening. Mr. Ali agreed to give me the cafe for a few hours if I did all the prep.
He's a rogue.
But he's a lovable rogue.
You're just mocking me now.
No, I'm not. I'm surprised you even remember his name.
You're my sister.
So you keep reminding me.
I don't know what it is you got planned, but I'm gonna have you walking around the docks with Michael late at night when he's being broadcast on every wireless in Britain.
John's gonna handle that part.
Handle what? John could even organise a piss up in a brewery.
Getting him out of here, like. We went down Adams Down to see Harry, and Harry said there's a way.
You've lost it. I thought Harry and Michael hate each other.
You're right.
So how's Harry gonna pick him up then?
That's not what I said.
What's going on? Why am I out of the loop on all this? Are you even listening to me?
What?
Were you listening to me?
Yes. No, wait. You don't need to know everything. Mum always says you wanted to know the ins and outs of a cat's arsehole. I didn't know what she meant then, but I definitely know now.
I don't know what you mean.
Come on. You've come here, you didn't want to be a part of it, but you want all the details. And you keep making all these nasty little comments. He was there when no one else was. Nobody's holding a gun to your head. Fuck off if you want to.
I'm sorry.
What are you sorry for?
Well, I just need to be more considerate.
See? This is why we don't spend time with each other no more.
You think you're closer to him, but he was my stepfather too, you know.
Michael said that a white man who lays his hands on a black woman should be killed.
And?
Joan.
She's still with me though, isn't she? Listen, I apologise for what I did to Joanne.
Your father's Maltese.
And my mum's West Indian.
She might forgive you, but I do not forgive you.
It was a one-time thing.
You're my brother. You moved out of the docks and now you live in Ely. I see Uncle Harry more than you, even if he does live in Adams Down.
Adams Down is closer to the docks than Ely.
You've got a car.
Please stop. I get it.
It's the onions. Remember, I said I'd help prep for the evening shift for Mr. Ali.
Mr. Chung did all of the work when I worked there.
I won't trust you with a knife either.
Oi!
I want to do as much as possible before this evening because we're going to have quite a few walk-ins and the more time I can have with Michael when he comes here.
Where Teasy going to then?
He'll be here now in a minute. John's gone to pick up in Bristol on the paddle steamer. He's taken one of Umi's dupatas so he can come in a disguise as a larky.
Nah. You're kidding me.
Michael's our new nanama on the 7 Channel. He was there, though, Keith. He was there. Mum went to Whitchurch and he was there. He didn't have to stay.
If you have kids, you don't abandon them.
We owe it to him. You sit there like butter won't melt in your mouth. Like you didn't write to him for advice on how to set up a Welsh Black Panther branch after you fell out with the other Keith.
Which Keith? Keith Jones or Keith Abdul Sattar?
Abdul Sattar.
I didn't know you knew about that.
I am your big sister.
Who told you about Sattar?
Betty Malik.
She's one to talk. Chats a lot of shit. That's one Betty Malik.
It's John.
It's them. It's Dad. He's here. He's really here.
John, can I take the scarf off?
No, you can't be seen. Anyone can spot you here.
What are you saying, bro?
Yes, man.
My God,
You good, yeah?
you look like your mother.
Didn't I tell you?
At last. All of us together.
You don't have any kids in England, yeah?
Keith, there's no need for this.
You got an English picnic now. And I read it in the Daily Mail.
John, you were 20 when I left. You were a man. And Keith was a boy. Keith was 14 years old. Your old man would not let me adopt you in the way I adopted Keith. Yes, Desiree had a daughter. You read about Desiree's daughter?
I suppose you adopted her too then.
You was always welcome to come and stay with Desiree and I.
Was I really?
Yes, I wrote to you every week. You never wrote back to me.
But your letters stopped.
The past is the past, right? Your brother tells me you practice what I taught you.
What do you mean? What you taught me?
What my mother taught me, I taught you.
I don't know what you mean, Michael.
When you were a little boy, I taught you the ways that my mother taught me. In Trinidad. You know?
Go on.
Don't make me say it.
Say it.
For God's sake. Obia. John says you still practice Obia?
I knew you'd want something from me. You was always wanting something from me.
I don't need for nothing.
I think you was gonna ask me to help you.
I'll ask someone else.
Why didn't you bring Malcolm here?
What?
He's dead now. You could have brought Malcolm here, but you didn't. And now you want me to get you something.
I need to make sure I am protected for my journey home.
Yet you didn't protect us.
Maybe I could help.
You can't help. I don't have much time, Peggy.
So nothing on Malcolm?
This might be the last time you're going to see him. And you're banging on about why you couldn't meet Malcolm X.
Why is it going to be the last time we see him? He's not going for good. Not again.
I'm sorry, Keith. When am I going?
9 o'clock.
Can anyone smell raw onion?
It's an Indian cafe, Michael. You're gonna smell onions.
Yes, but raw onions. I don't want to smell like raw onions.
There's a boat going to Trinidad and Tobago.
Why are you sending me there for?
It was the first boat leaving the docks after high tide. You know boats can't leave before high tide. It's too risky to put you on a plane now.
I'll be a wanted man in Trinidad and Tobago.
So go someplace else. You don't have to stay where the boat lands, do you?
Fine. It'll do.
It'll have to do. Listen, Pegs, thanks so much for chatting to Uncle Harry about
You
it.
spoke to Harry O'Connelly about me?
Peggy did. Who else would have the connections to be able to put you on a boat for 4 months and get away with it?
What? You told that trot about me?
I didn't.
He hates me.
It's been 10 years. He's kept up with your work. You two didn't get along, given, yeah, but Harry was the only person I could go to.
You should be grateful. Do you know what could happen if PC Williams or the Colonial Office found out that we were all on this together? We'll all go down, accomplice to whatever crime we've done.
I am an innocent man until proven guilty.
I reckon you'll be proven guilty. You'd be fleeing Cardiff otherwise.
You know what? Keith's right. You should be grateful. You haven't seen them gone 10 years and you come back to Cardiff all high and mighty. You don't want to go to Trinidad. You can't leave Bristol safely. You want Keith to go on a wild goose chase. Nothing's really changed with you.
Come on, I told you the story. You remember the story, don't you?
Which one?
Marcus Garvey.
You told us a lot of Marcus Garvey stories over the years.
About how the English decapitated a Jamaican on Bute Street and used his head as a football. Duppy there now. If I asked you to pray for me in the mosque, you would not give me this reaction. Duppies everywhere. Ghosts, witches, they are everywhere.
We aren't getting you a rooster.
How did you know I wanted a rooster?
Because the blood is more powerful.
I was right.
You should have given us more notice.
Yeah. You know what? The next time I go on the run, I need to be smuggled out to the country. I call you on the telephone and I ask you to go to Cardiff Market and get me a rooster.
You don't sell roosters in Cardiff Market.
They do in the port of Spain.
We ain't in the port of Spain.
Can you see where Keith gets it from?
The ship is leaving at 9.
Was that Asa?
Yeah, that was Asa. Mr. Ali's going to come here after he's finished his prayers. Here's the plan. First, John's going to walk you down to Cardiff Docks. Second, you two are going to wait there. Keith has prepared some food for you. He's put some fags in there as well. You're going to wait there and John's going to help you smuggle you onto the boat with your luggage.
I really don't want to go to Trinidad.
Dad, I know. If I could have done it any other way, I would have done it another way.
I wonder, possibly if I could hide at your house until another boat leaves tomorrow.
Don't ask her that. It puts her in an awkward position.
I'm
It's
sorry.
either Trinidad or you go on a paddle steamer to Hull or Liverpool.
I could go to Liverpool. I have some friends in Liverpool, you know.
You ain't got no family in Liverpool. Nobody will help you in the same way we are going to help you. Is this or nothing?
I know. I am grateful.
I think it's time for us to go now, Michael.
So soon?
The boat will be here in a few hours. It's too risky to hang around the docks for a few hours with so many people coming and going. It would jeopardise everything that we have worked for. It was either Trinidad and Tobago or it was Jamaica.
I don't want to go to Jamaica.
I don't blame you. Enough problems because of Manly and Siaga without you sticking your oar in to organise the people of Trenchtown. They got Marley for that. Look, it's time to go now.
Promise me you'll come and visit.
What?
Come and visit me in Trinidad. Or something else. Wherever I end up.
Of course we'll come.
Okay. It isn't a big goodbye. This is me saying, I'm going to see you in a few months or a year or so.
I'll come by after and let you know how it went, alright? Keith, you alright to meet at Peggy's?
Why are we meeting at Peggy's for?
Because you lives with your old woman and the fewer people knows about Michael, the better like.
Come on, say bye.
Bye, Pops.
Laters, yeah, Pegs.
Yeah.
Yes,
Take
bro.
care, John.
Love.
Love, man.
Have a good one. John's a fucking liar.
What?
Well, there's a banana boat going after high tide from Alexander Docks. It's going back to Brazil.
Wait. I don't get it.
Oh my god.
What does going to Brazil got to do with it?
Are you listening to me?
You know I'm listening to you. I'm right here.
Michael's dad was Portuguese. Michael speaks Portuguese because of his dad's side.
And?
Well, do you think he wanted to see us in Cardiff, or do you think he's on the run?
He's on the ground.
They'll get him in Trinidad and Tobago. He's still subject to the British Crown. Whatever that man has done, they're going to get him. And they're going to get him in the port of Spain. This is too hot for him in London or Liverpool. In Brazil, he could go somewhere remote, live away, wait until it all dies down, fit in like.
Where did you even find this out?
Carlos Delgado and I are seeing each other.
Fucking no.
This is why nobody tells you shit. Carlos came back on the boat and told me it's going back tonight after high tide to Alexander Dock. John's taking Michael to West Dock. When he gets on that boat, he'll look out of the window and see the other boat going to Brazil, but it will be too late. Michael deserves everything coming to him.
You've been listening to a performance of Michael X, written by Yasmin Begum, directed by Lorien Tier, edited by Nathan Misra at Silk Crown Studios. The cast included Miranda Chamiso as Peggy, Zello as Keith, Weller as Michael X, and Josh Romaine as John.